my first thought was, shoot, I'm going to have to give a speech. Mostly because I'm not exactly great at public speaking, but also because I didn't really know what to say. This is such an overwhelming honor, and I didn't want to mess it up. When I first read this to my mom, I couldn't even start until she turned around because I got so nervous. So if you could all just kind of turn around in your seats, that would be really helpful. Anyways, the first thing I did when I sat down to write was Google salutatorian. Of course, tons of stuff popped up, but the Urban Dictionary's definition of salutatorian in particular sparked my interest. According to the Urban Dictionary, the salutatorian is the less important of two high school students who have to give a speech at graduation. Well, this is true, because Caitlin's speech was pretty inspirational, and following that up is a near impossible task to ask of anyone. I happen to find my inspiration from this definition. First of all, I was pretty relieved because I realized many of you probably won't really be listening to what I say, since I'm the less important. You're probably preoccupied with the other things on your mind. Planning grad parties, wanting to leave and finally get some sleep, thinking about the people you have to take a picture with today, or maybe you're just ready to leave this ceremony and move on with your life. Thinking of this made me kind of sad, because I thought about how we always seem to be rushing through what's going on right now, waiting for a better moment. For the past few years, we were dying for graduation to come. And now that it's here, it's sad that some of us are already focused on what we're doing later tonight. I have found myself to be guilty of rushing things along. I'm always excited for the next moment in my life. For example, when I'm stocking at Wegmans, I always seem to be counting down the minutes until I'm able to leave. I'm always thinking about the next trip, the next event, or the next milestone in my life. But then I realized, if we're always chasing after the next moment, what happens to the one we're in? Today is the tomorrow we worried about yesterday. Now that it's today, we're back to worrying about tomorrow. I saw a really amazing quote about rushing through life. It said, first, I was dying to finish high school and start college. And then, I was dying to finish college and start working. And then, I was dying to marry and have children. And then I was dying for my children to grow old enough for school so I could return to work. And then I was dying to retire. And now, I'm dying. And suddenly I realized I forgot to live. So today, if you are listening, I challenge you to live this summer, starting now. Don't be in a rush to get out of here. Don't rush your parents to stop taking pictures so you can get home. Don't rush away your summer always thinking about the better things you have planned for tomorrow. Make the moment you're in exciting, no matter what you're doing, and appreciate the people around you. Before you know it, this summer will be over and our lives will be drastically changing, so don't rush it. Before I sit back down, I would just like to thank the people who helped me to get here. First, I would like to thank my parents for always being there for me, for listening to me vent for hours about school, homework, and life, and for being my overall support system. You make every day seem like an adventure, and you have provided me with such an amazing foundation. I would like to thank my brother Adam for always making me laugh when I was stressed, for always keeping me entertained when we were bored, and for always being my best friend. And my sister Gracie for convincing me to take a break sometimes so we could paint our nails or watch My Little Pony together. I would also like to thank my friends for supporting me through everything, for always giving me a shoulder to cry on, and for being there to listen. I would like to thank the teachers and the math and technology departments for instilling my love of the subjects and helping me to decide to pursue a career in mathematics. I'd like to thank Mr. Endress for reading over not only the speech, but my many college essays and helping me to shape each one. And finally, I would like to take a moment to thank my biggest inspiration. I have never met anyone who's more dedicated, excited, and passionate about learning. Mr. Yarch, you have changed and impacted my life in countless ways. Your passion, enthusiasm, and sheer joy of not only teaching, but learning inspires me. I have never met such a humble, intelligent, inspirational person. Thank you for all the time you have spent helping me, not only with physics, but with my life. It was an honor to be one of your students. Thank you.
Next, I would like to introduce to you Mrs. Diane Sullivan and the DePue High School Concert Choir, who will perform a choral tribute to the class of 2016. Before they perform, we would like to also recognize Mrs. Sullivan, who also will be leaving us today to retire after 39 years.